Hi, everybody. My name is Nsabiseng Soteti. I am from AfricaKidsCode. I welcome you in this session today. The topic of the session is Keep Your Family Safer Online. Now, this topic for today has a lot of discussion. So, if you have advices, questions, or concerns, please share with us as a team so we can get to them. Let's discuss the challenges on parenting in the digital age. Modern kids have never known a time when they couldn't connect to the entire world via the internet. In fact, they probably spend more time online than anyone else, certainly more than you as a parent. Ask yourself, how old were you when you got a hold of this kind of technology? But for kids today, the internet is becoming a part of them growing up. Children being the fastest adapters of technology. 15 to 24 years old typically outnumber the overall online population. The global proportion of young people aged 15 to 24 using the internet, 71%, is significantly higher than the proportion of the total population using the internet, which is 48%. Now, the internet is becoming more and more prevalent in the daily lives of our children and our own. Children will be online from an early age. Yes, we can limit how often, but it will happen. The children of today are growing up in a very different world compared to our generation. Most parents feel they know what their teens are doing online, but teens don't think so. So here's a question. What are children actually doing online? Okay, you have 30 seconds to answer that. Okay, I see someone saying downloading games, chatting with friends and family. Oh, okay. Well, do you feel you have a complete handle on what they're doing? Like, how do you monitor what they're doing online? Okay, I see someone is saying to check their website history. Well, the children of today are growing up in a very different world compared to our generation. The digital technology has become a fundamental part of children's lives. Your children need to understand these same principles apply online. Although there's a tendency to limit access to technology, can be an amazing for chat with your friends, watch video clips, play online games with friends and family. Now, turn to your neighbor and for 2 minutes, introduce yourself, your name, and where you're from. What are the biggest concerns you are facing with keeping your children safe online? You have about 2 minutes to do so. Okay, I see someone saying to control their screen time, the content they see. Someone is saying gaming. Oh, okay. Well, it's great to see we've all got such similar concerns. And here are some new ones. Although these concerns just don't stop here. You're not alone. Many more parents share the same worries and are search for help. Now, let's discuss the responsibility to follow children's social media accounts and discuss any that you think isn't appropriate for a particular reason. Like, my children are more technology savvy than I am. That's the concern. Parents need to be more involved engaged, and educated. Safety is paramount. I'm concerned with what they get up to when I'm not monitoring them. People can pretend to be anyone online. Parents often forget the positive side of technology, and they should embrace and reinforce it. We want to embrace the opportunities available for kids out there to use technology. You can get access to a wealth of information for learning or doing homework. There are also lots of interactive tools, games that can aid learning, some of which can be done with parents. The ways to find opportunities for work, from start a blogging to follow your favorite artist on Instagram, the internet can be a great way for young inspiring creativities or creators to get started. However, the internet remains a complex place which was not built intentionally for children and is not regulated as other children's services. Now, set digital ground rules for your family. Discover and manage family friendly content. Protect your family's online privacy and security. Every family is different, and therefore, the limitations, restrictions, and guidelines you want your family to live their digital lives should be up to each individual of the family. Setting ground rules help you enjoy the best of the internet while understanding that there's a limit where the good of the internet can become a negative impact if abused and overused. Now, let me ask you a question for about 3 to 5 minutes. What are the currently your ground rules on digital usage in the house? Example, your TV devices in the dinner table. Well, you are not alone. Many more parents share the same worries and are search for help. Use this opportunity to science spot any topic not mentioned previously. There are three main activities we recommend setting ground rules around. These include screen time, the kind of information you share, and the way you behave online. We will go into more depth on each of these topics now. Establishing family values online. Consider managing their behavior by establishing how you expect them to act online. Treating others as they want to be treated and say online only what they would say face to face are the great place to start. Now, how do you currently approach screen time with your children? Are you good with screen time yourself? Now, there are positive and downside when it comes to screen time. The positive side, you complete homework, you search for information online, and in some school, you complete and submit remotely. You connect with friends and family, you keep in touch and share what's happening. Now, the downside, this can affect your sleeping time. Sleep cycles are affected by blue light from screens, taking our brains into thinking it is still daylight, making it difficult to sleep. Though it could encourage antisocial behavior, health issues. There are concerns that children are spending less time outdoors and with peers because they are on their devices. Now, not all activities are created equal. Take the time to access how particular activities that your child is doing can help or hinder their development as they grow. What kind of activities would you like to limit your child's time on? What kind of activities would you like your child to do more of? Do your child show a tendency towards any particular apps or program? Well, how many times your child should spend using their device is up to you, but there are ways to help set limits when you want to. Now, Family Link helps parents to manage their child's Google accounts. We are extra protective when it comes to families, so we take care of our youngest users by providing parents with the best support to help their children enjoy quality content that parents feel good about. Now, to set up Family Link, you will need to create a Google account for your child or family member. If your child is under 13, Google will prompt you to link your email account with theirs. Follow the prompts to accept the terms and conditions. Download the Google Family Link for children from the App Store. The child will then be asked to sign in with their Google accounts. Now, the app will then prompt the caretaker to sign in using the email address and password. The caretaker will be prompted to download the family link for parents on their own device. The caretaker will be prompted to activate the family link manager. Now, Family Links helps you to manage the apps your child uses. Temporarily locks your child's device at different times of the day. Screen time limits. Locks your child's device remotely, manage their devices, or hide specific apps whenever it's time to play, study, or sleep. For example, set bedtime routine to lock your child's phone while they sleep. For homework or dinner, lock devices immediately so they can focus on other activities like studying or spending time with family. You might decide the right amount of screen time for your child depends on what they are watching, playing, or learning. Use Family Link's app activity reports to see which apps your child is using most. Here are some extra things to consider when setting limits around screen time. Set rules for for your children's account, such as content filter and time limits, and let your children know that these may change as they get older. Setting should evolve over time. Don't just set it and forget about it. Keep an eye on usage. You might decide the right amount of screen time for your child. Depends on what they are watching, playing, or learning. Use Family Link's app to reports to see which apps your child is using most. Support quality time. More experts suggest that we should focus more on what children are doing online and less on how long they are online. Encourage them to engage with games and apps that teach them creativity and problem solving skills. How would you talk to your children about screen time? Now, how to allow time for homework and not social media? How to keep a positive relationship with screen time, not using it as a punishment? What to do if your child only wants to spend time online? Now, in a group of peers, discuss these questions and answer how do you go about it. I'm expecting answers. Of course, it's important for children to know and understand why finding screen time balance is important. For that reason, would like to suggest using these three discussion points for talking about screen time with your children. Does technology ever prevent you from being present? To begin with, talk about how devices can sometimes cause people to miss out on things that matter to them. Touch on times when you weren't fully there for a particular moment because you were on your phone, and ask your kids if they've observed others, like friends or family, not being fully present with the people around them. Have your kids also experienced a time when they were distracted from an important moment because of technology? How did they feel about it afterwards? Were they on a particular app or game when it happened? And have they noticed a pattern in their own activity? Now, how does screen time affect focus and why does it matter? What are the times and places your family feels it's important to be focused? Is it during homework, while spending time with one another? Well, talk about how to approach technology during these times when you want to keep your attention on a task. Reflect on what balance feels like, not only for your kids, but for the entire family. Then look to apply that concept to the times and places throughout their day. Reflect on ways to control screen time. Allow your children to help you come to a solution on how to balance their own screen time. The digital age has made it super easy to share information online as we are able to connect with friends and families through our mobiles and social media. However, with this accessibility comes great consequences. Can you think of any negative consequences of the freedom of expression sharing online has given children? Okay, I see someone saying social comparison, someone saying invasion of privacy, someone is saying digital footprints. Well, creating rules around what to share will help your family be more aware of managing their information online, such as photos and private information. Here are some discussion points we recommend for talking to your family about the consequences of sharing too much online. Number one, teach them about their digital footprints. Together with your child, search online for yourself or a musician that they love and talk about what you find. Excuse me. You may want to check the results in advance. Talk about what others can learn about you from these results and how you develop a digital footprint. Number two, help minimize social comparison. Make sure that your child knows that what friends share online is just one part of the whole story, and it's usually the highlights. Remind them that everyone also has boring, sad, or embarrassing moments as they don't share. Three, teach them about oversharing. Brainstorm solutions for oversharing, such as taking down what was shared or fixing privacy settings. If it happens, help keep things in perspective. Some embarrassing moments are serious, but others is just good learning moments. Number four, establish your family values online around harassment and bullying. Be clear about how you expect them to act online, treating others as they want to be treated, and saying online only what they want to say face to face is a good place to start. Talk about the meaning behind someone's words and encourage positivity. Talk about tone of voice and remind your children that it's easy to misinterpret someone's meaning online. Encourage them to ensure or to assume good intention and talk to a friend directly if they unclear about someone's meaning. Talk about how good it feels to send and receive positive messages online. Consider using one of your own apps together to send a positive comment or message. The digital age has made it super easy to share information online as we are able to connect with friends and family through our mobile and social media. Now, family values. The internet offers entertainment for everyone. Many of us spend our time on the internet through laptops, smartphones, phones, iPads. The internet gives us access to the entertainment as we seek online, gain new experiences, watch video, view photos, and experience new topics and areas of interest online. Well, the online services, the internet provides the services like emails, online banking, online shopping worldwide. Business owners use the internet to connect with customers online. Online shopping enables someone in America to buy things in Asia, Africa, or anywhere else connected through some simple click of the mouse. The internet is a big reason behind us spending so much time on these gadgets. The internet brings many opportunity to those who choose to use it. Now, questions. Questions? Okay. Explain in the section will demonstrate where possible the tools that can be used to filter and control what can be seen online. How do children use the internet? What kind of apps do they use and what kind of content do they consume? Many of these they come across will depend on your child's age and maturity level. Get a sense of which of these are most worrying to parents and how do they currently monitor if their children has came across these. It can be difficult to monitor what your child is viewing as they can access this material through any internet enabled device, including mobile ones such as phones or tablets. Now, Family Link provides a comprehensive set of features for finding, managing family friendly content. Set content restrictions in Google Play through Family Link. Blacklist or whitelist specific websites. Set filters or web browsing, and turn safe search on and off with Family Link. If you are using Google Chrome browser, available as a free download, there's a feature that lets you create different account profiles for supervised users and managers, giving you a complete control of how your child uses the internet. Safari has built in restriction settings you can activate to block adult content. Firefox and IE also have varying parental control you can activate. You can go one step further. On certain websites and internet platforms, such as Google, YouTube, and iTunes, you can switch on a family friendly filter that should identify and filter out potentially mature content. Once again, there are no flaws system, so it makes sense to use this alongside other parental controls. Google Safe Search is one of the primary parental control options offered by Google to help parents police search results. Safe Search helps to filter mature and potentially explicit content out of search results. Note, YouTube is not available for children under the age of 13. Now, turn on Safe Search. Go to Safe Search to search settings. Under Safe Search filters, check or uncheck the box next to Turn on Safe Search. At the bottom of the page, select Save. YouTube restricted mode. YouTube community guidelines include guides on nudity, or sexual content, hateful content, harmful or dangerous content, and violent or graphic content. Whilst YouTube work hard to ensure all videos meet their community guidelines, due to the high volume of content uploaded to the site each day, there is a risk that some videos will break these guidelines and still be available to view. Additionally, just because something is acceptable under the guidelines doesn't mean it's automatically appropriate for users of all ages. Restricted mode is there to help protect their YouTube experience when you're watching YouTube content together. When you enable, you will also not be able to see comments on the videos that you watch to avoid any unwanted discussion. Please note, YouTube requires account holders to be 18, but a 13-year-old can sign up with a parent's permission. As many young people may access YouTube with their parents' permission, but may still view content not in their parents' presence, we ensure we are equipping you to protect your family's viewing experience. Well, YouTube Kids is a specialized video app. The app tailored towards children with specially curated content, parental controls, and filtering. YouTube Kids is the first Google product built from the ground up with kids and families in mind. The YouTube Kids app offers a more content YouTube experience for kids. The content is generated by YouTube creators, but uses the power of Google systems to try to filter out content that may not be appropriate for kids. You can read more about the options for parental control at www.youtube.com for kids. Now, introducing Read Along. Read Along is an Android app developed to aid kids in grades 1 to 5 to learn to read confidently anywhere, anytime using their own voice. It is a speech-based reading app that encourages children to read aloud, just the way they naturally do, making it engaging way to learning to read. Read Along uses Google's existing speech recognition and text-to-speech technology that powers the Google Assistant to serve a personalized reading tutor for kids and works even when completely offline. The helpful in-app IE-powered reading bubbly Dia also encourages them by providing positive reinforcement when they read correctly and helps out by giving suggestions when they don't. Benefits of Read Along. Independence reading with friendly assistance. It has global collection of stories. You playful learning, get better every day. You have a personal profile. You learn without Wi-Fi. Your privacy, your information is private and secure. Dia is an expressive animated reading assistant. Dia can read the entire sentence, highlighting each word as it reads so that the child can follow along. As children read aloud, Dia detects if the child is struggling with a passage of a text and is able to provide positive reinforcement or help. Children can ask Dia at any time to help them read a sentence or pronounce a word they don't understand or know. Users can tap on any word to hear it pronounced. When they practice reading a word, the app will show them if the word was read correctly by making it green. For non-native speakers of a language, Dia explains the meaning of a word or the sentence in a native language on tapping for help. The app tracks the progress of the sentence and proactively offers support if it detects that the user is struggling. Read Along offers 100 stories per language with recommendations. Books can be downloaded and read offline. Users can collect rewards and awards to drive learning. Learn to read with the magic of your voice. In case they haven't been mentioned, there are some ways you might approach. 1. Start a conversation. Talk to your child about what they might find on the internet. Help them to understand that sometimes they might come across these things that you prefer not them to see, that might upset them. Encourage them to come and talk to you about it. Think before you click. Help your child understand that clicking on pop-ups or links in unsolicited emails that offer things that are too good to be true may end up in them accessing content that they didn't intend to see. Teach them to ignore pop-ups. Supervise if you can. May be ideal for younger children. If you can try and be in the same room as your child when they are online. That way, you can keep an eye out for what kind of content they are accessing. Questions? Does anybody have questions? Okay. Protect your family's security and privacy. Now, what is the most popular social media platform for kids? Answers? Okay, your WhatsApp, your Facebook, so YouTube. Well, we live online. We live online, sorry. Children as well as adults like to post pictures online. Our online profiles also share a lot of personal information about us, such as age, school, location, activities we like. Unfortunately, these type of information only help scammers and groomers to manipulate children. With children removing the privacy settings, that leaves a lot of information open on the web for anyone to use. We all know you care about your family's security online. What affects your child also affects the entire family. What kind of dangers to both your family and your own security exist when participating online on an online activity? We are going to cover 3 topics: stranger danger, identity theft, and cyberbullying, also known as online grooming. As online grooming is a word used to describe people befriending children in order to take advantage of them for sexual purposes. It's easy to pretend to be someone else on the internet, so children can sometimes end up having conversations with people whose real identities they may not know. Online grooming may be may be hard for parents to recognize because it can happen when children are at home. Also, groomers may especially warn children not to talk about it. Online groomers are not always strangers. In many situations and cases, they may already have met them through their family or social activities and use the internet to build reports with them. Sometimes children don't realize they've been groomed and think that the person is their boyfriend or girlfriend. You may want to investigate further. If you see your child exhibiting any of these signs, being secretive about who they are talking to online, using sexual language you wouldn't expect them to know, switching screens when you come near the computer. Grooming can be a tricky subject to talk about. A good way in is to say you've read a story about this happening and ask them if they've known if any of their friends have experienced any similar. Now, talk about the risk. Make sure your child knows that everyone online is not who they think they are. Encourage them uh, encourage them to to come and talk to you if they are not sure about the identity of someone online. Agree to the rules. Discuss with your family about where you stand on sharing information with strangers online, keeping secrets from parents, and boundaries to individual privacy, sharing pictures of their bodies, houses, and friends, meeting with strangers or friends they have met online in an offline space. Stay engaged. From time to time, review their social media together. You or a family member might want to be their friend online to ensure they're making sensible choices. If you do friend them, watch and observe rather than take part. It's important to note, just like adults, children may be at risk of having their online identity stolen and misused. It can be difficult to maintain a child's privacy as they may not understand what information is safe to share online or what difficult privacies are on the sites and devices they are using. If a child's identity is stolen, it may not be noticed for many years and could in some cases lead to a child being the victim of blackmail or grooming or bullying. You may start to suspect your child's identity has been stolen if they are getting a bill for something they haven't ordered. Start to get emails from an organization they don't recognize. Receiving any letters regarding government benefits or tax payments. Check their online privacy. Go through the privacy settings with your child for every social network site and app they are signed up for. Agree with them that they'll share and with whom. Check their device setting. Check the privacy settings on their smartphone and tablet devices. Things to look out for are whether they are set up for location services, sharing of contacts, photos, and calendar, Bluetooth, sharing Microsoft videos, and advertising. See our section on the safety page of the main devices. Find out what is already there. Search your child's full name in several search engines and see what information or photographs are public. Use platforms like Deceit Me to check their online exposure. Take action and go incognito. Website on which they appear to remove inaccurate comments or photographs. When using public computer, your child can use incognito browsing. Personal privacy and security are just as important online as they are offline. Privacy settings need to update across any platforms that your children may be using. Most social media platforms that they may be using will have privacy settings that you can update. Here are some examples of the social media platforms that you may be familiar with. Typically, the age limits for these have privacy settings that you can update to protect their data and digital footprints. Are you familiar with these platforms? Have you updated your own privacy settings on each of these platforms? Well, YouTube is little different to the others in that you change the privacy settings on videos. Open your YouTube app and click on your profile icon to access account menu. Choose your channel. Choose the option button next to any video. On the privacy settings, choose between private, unlisted, or public. Unlisted means that you can share the video through a link but won't be available to people who are just browsing. Even if we lock down our security settings, anyone able to hack into a account has total access to all of our information. Furthermore, once one account is hacked, a scammer can use this information to influence others. Therefore, one of the best protections against fraud is a strong password. Now, not all passwords are created equal, and many passwords are easily guessed by hackers. It's a good idea for to protect both yours and your child's identity by ensuring that your password meets the strong standard. Follow these tips for a strong password. Make sure your password is unique. Use a different password for each of your important accounts like your emails or online banking. Make sure or make your password longer and more memorable. Longer passwords are stronger. These tips can help you create a longer password that are easier to remember. Try using a lyric of a song or a poem, a meaningful quote from a movie or speech, a passage from a book, a series of words that are meaningful to you. Use letters, numbers, and symbols. Password with different types of symbols might be more difficult for people to guess. Avoid personal information and common words. Avoid creating password from info that others might know or could easily find out. Like example, your nickname, your name of your child or your pets, important birthdays or years. Cyberbullying. Now, about 47 of children interviewed reported experiencing some form of digital harassment. Now, what do you think cyberbullying is? How is it different to other forms of bullying? Bullying has changed, and uh, as the digital world encourages more children to take to social media and anonymous messaging apps to share their experience and manage relationships. Cyberbullying differs from traditional bullying. It is that it just doesn't take place at school or in the street. It can enrich into the home as children spend time online using phones, tablets, or computers. This is a new form of bullying that many parents are not familiar with. One of the biggest differences between cyberbullying and face-to-face bullying is that it can be hard to get away from. Young people could be bullied anywhere, anytime, even when they are at home. You'll never You'll hear various different words used in the context of cyberbullying. So it helps to know what each of these means. Now, can you explain to me each of these terms? What do they mean? Now, let's start. Harassment. Targeting an individual or group with persistent and offensive messages which could develop into cyberstalking. Outing. Public sharing personal, private, or embarrassing information, trolling, provoking and insulting messages about sensitive subjects, or inflicting racism or misogyny or an individual. Bans, not really serious about it. Kids could be cruel but get away with it. Roasting, ganging up on an individual. Grifting, abusing and grifting up people through online gaming. What to look out for? You may start to suspect your child is being bullied online if stopped using their electric devices, seeming nervous and jumpy, reluctant to go to school. If you become aware that your child is being cyberbullied, there are a number of things you should aim to do straight away. Well, find out why the do's. Try and establish the facts around the incident and keep an open mind. Talk about it. Teach by example. Learn from it. The don't. Don't get upset. Don't ignore it. Don't condone it. Don't take away their devices. What are some ways you would bring up bullying with your children? Questions? Now, the tips and the resources. Explore the Google Safety Center, helping children be smart, confident explorers of the online world. Safety Google. Now, be Internet Awesome. Be Internet Awesome is designed to teach children the skills they need to be safe and smart online. It is based on 5 core pillars. Share with care, be internet smart. Don't fall for fake, be internet alert. Secure your secrets, be internet strong. It's cool to be kind, be internet kind. When in doubt, talk it out. Be internet brave. Now, help children to practice skills they need to be confident online, explorers in a free and easy to navigate games. Help parents to get involved through family activities that allows parents to and encourage their children to learn about the intention to have fun. Now, the digital well-being. It is created to help you talk about technology with your family through productive conversation and help you identify healthy habits that work for you as the whole family. It's important not to bury our heads in the sand about technology. When parents say they don't do social media or do get Snapchat, it's skin to leave children to cross a busy road without training them. So parents are missing golden opportunities to keep children safe and informed. Experts recommend we become digital moms and digital dads and navigate the online world alongside our children. Now, we covered a lot today, although it's a lot to take in. There are plenty of resources available to you to reinforce the learning from today and offer extra helpful tips, and guidelines. Digital Family Wellbeing provides information, discussion points, and activities for you to help set ground rules with your children about device use, finding positive content, responsible use of social media. Most importantly, provides opportunity for you to talk about these issues with your children. Well, Digital Wellbeing Family Guide, tips and guidance about setting ground rules with your family and having discussions about the things that matter to you and your family. YouTube Kids is an app specially designed for kids, make it easier for children and parents to find content they are interested in. Well, there's Family Link Guide by Intermeter's guide to set up Family Link, understand all the controls and settings you can alter. Download Family Link from the Google Play Store. There's Fishing Quiz. The Fishing Quiz is an interactive game that tests your ability to check is content real or spur. This is just as useful for the parents as well as the kids. Now, what was your key takeaway from this session? Thank you. Thank you so much for the answers. Well, thank you so much for joining me in this session today. I hope you learned a lot from this session as I did. Thank you so much. From me, Ntabiseng Tshotletsi from Africa Kids Code. I will see you next time.